Top 10 Companies Laying Off 2023. Despite what some headlines will lead you to believe, the recession has already started. Here is a list of a few companies that will start or continue layoffs due to the economic hardship and the slow train wreck that is the recession. Number 10. Comcast. Comcast has close to 200,000 employees among all their divisions. They announced layoffs at their subsidiary NBC Universal in 2022, but this may be the tip of the iceberg as many speculate that Comcast has more layoffs scheduled at NBC Universal in order to keep the company within its 2023 budget. At the moment, no one knows to what extent the layoffs will be, but with the shifting post-pandemic markets, the parent company Comcast may see layoffs as well. Number 9. CNN. 2022 has not been kind to CNN, and 2023 is expected to be more of the same for the news giant. CNN has been failing to draw in the numbers that it once did post-Trump news era. This has caused a month-over-month decline in revenue, and like any company, revenue is paramount. Once reports came out that CNN Plus could not draw in 10,000 daily subscribers to the app, that was the nail in the coffin for that venture. On March 29, 2022, CNN launched CNN Plus. 1 month later, CNN Plus would be shut down due to poor subscriber growth and would go on to lose over $300 million on their streaming service. The fallout from this loss is still being felt in the balance sheet today for CNN, and the future will spell out more pain and layoffs for the company in 2023. Number 8. Salesforce. As the stock market begins tumbling and returns begin to shrink, many companies will be forced to cut employees. Salesforce is one of those companies. Despite slowing sales, investors are still expecting growing returns, and the only way to make that happen oftentimes is with layoffs. Salesforce is rumored to be letting go of between 2,000 and 3,000 employees in the first half of 2023. This, combined with a reshuffling in management, may forecast internal troubles that could lead to even higher than predicted layoffs at Salesforce. Industry insiders have stated that many of the employees would be laid off due to performance issues. 2023 may perform more poorly than many are anticipating, and Salesforce will be one of the companies that gives us insight into what is coming. Number 7. Twitter. Since the purchase of Twitter by Elon Musk, many things have been revealed and also unraveled. One of the many things that has caused layoffs at the company is the amount of bloat and unnecessary expenses at the tech company. Although Elon Musk has come in like a wrecking ball, many analysts see that this could essentially turn the company around long-term. And by long-term, we're talking about 3 to 7 years. Between then and now, the company will continue seeing things shaken up as the global economy continues to shrink, and Twitter figures out a plan to be profitable without depending on advertisers. This will essentially mean more layoffs at the start of 2023 as companies tighten their belts for the bumpy road ahead. Number 6. Microsoft. Here is another tech giant that is planning to make more layoffs during the recessionary roller coaster ride in 2023. During the pandemic, trillions of dollars were injected into the economy and artificially increased demand. Now that money is starting to dry up, leaving many companies fighting over the few dollars left. Companies usually start with cutbacks and then smaller layoffs. Microsoft has done both of these already. Microsoft has announced a hiring freeze and laid off almost 1,000 employees already in October 2022. But as the holiday season ends and sales numbers are released, the layoffs are expected to easily carry over into 2023. Number 5. Disney. The media behemoth Disney is not immune to what is on the horizon, and although bankruptcy is out of the question, cutbacks, extended hiring freezes, and layoffs are all in the cards. 2022 started off strong for Disney, but that momentum did not carry over for the entire year. Like Salesforce, Disney is currently going through internal struggles as former CEO Bob Iger ousted current CEO Bob Chapek and retook the reins of the company in November of 2022. Internal turmoil combined with economic turmoil could set Disney up for a wave of layoffs as Bob Iger takes the lead again. And as details slowly trickle out, it is clear to see that there is a massive rift happening within Disney, and this rift may finally come to a head in 2023. Number 4. Facebook Meta. Facebook has seen better days. Just in 2022 alone, Facebook has lost over $900 billion in value. This is alarming for any stockholder of the company, and rightfully so. Many are saying that Facebook's days are numbered and people have moved on. But in reality, one of the biggest blows to Facebook was the war between Facebook and Apple. When Apple announced their new privacy setting that would not allow tracking for advertisers, this was something that Facebook could not tolerate and would go on to sue Apple over this. The impact of Apple's new privacy setting impacted Facebook immediately, and the stock price continued to plummet throughout 2021 and 2022. This has led to Facebook laying off 11,000 employees in 2022, and the layoffs will continue well into 2023. Mark Zuckerberg has been spending billions in trying to help Facebook pivot into the metaverse, which he feels will be the future of the company. As of right now, advertising is the foundation of Facebook's revenue stream, and without it, the company will not survive. Number 3. Carvana. Carvana is the only company on the list that may be facing outright bankruptcy in 2023. In 2021 and 2022, the car market was completely turned on its head due to semiconductor and chip shortages. This led to the used car market exploding in price and companies like Carvana being forced to purchase cars far above market value. The demand was initially a great asset to Carvana, but once the market started to cool down, it became their downfall. Carvana's stock price has taken a complete nosedive from their highs in 2021. They are now forced to face a car market that is finally starting to swing in the opposite direction again. This is leaving Carvana having to sell their stockpile of cars at an average loss of almost 6%. All of this combined is an easy recipe for layoffs, if not outright bankruptcy going forward. Number 2. Amazon. Unlike Carvana, Amazon is nowhere near bankruptcy, but they have issues they must address going forward as well. Amazon is another company that benefited exponentially from the pandemic. As more people became online shoppers, retailers like Amazon were there to make sure they got what they needed delivered to their homes. With money being printed by the government hand over fist, it made artificial demand and drove up the cost of goods. But this would easily lead to its own myriad of problems that they are struggling to fix. Currently, they are being plagued with problems such as manufacturing delays in China, rising shipping costs, worker strikes, logistical issues, rampant scams, and piles of returns, to name a few. All of these, plus a slowing economy, are causing the company to tighten their belt, and tightening belts usually means layoffs. 2022 has seen corporate hiring freezes, and analysts are expecting layoffs in 2023. Number 1. Google. What do Google and Facebook have in common? They both rely on advertising to stay profitable, and both companies have had their profits impacted due to Apple. Although Apple is painting itself as being privacy-focused, that is not 100% true. Any company's goal is to make money, and Apple's goal is no different. By changing the privacy settings, they have cut both Google and Facebook out of the equation when it comes to advertising, leading them to almost be the sole advertiser to iPhone users. This has led to a partnership between Google and Facebook to take down Apple, but the damage to Google's bottom line has already been done. Google is rumored to freeze overall hiring in 2023, which, like every other tech company, is followed by layoffs. Sundar Pichai, CEO of Alphabet, Google's parent company, was asked directly if Google would see more layoffs in 2023. Sundar Pichai refused to answer, other than saying that it is tough to predict the future. Many saw this as him confirming suspicions of more layoffs coming in 2023. Bonus: Walmart. Rival Target announced that they have lost $400 million due to inventory shrink, also known as theft, in 2022. This led many to speculate on the amount the world's largest retailer, Walmart, is losing. Walmart stated in December of 2022 that due to increasing levels of theft shrinkage at self-checkout, they are considering raising their prices and/or closing certain locations. This sent shockwaves through the U.S. since Walmart is not only the United States' largest private employer, but the largest private employer in the world. Although much of this is uncertain, Walmart could start closing specific locations and laying off employees as early as January or February of 2023.